wow, that smells like a gentleman from the 1970s.
It is our favourite day of the week. We are on our way to our antique boot sale on a Wednesday, and it is about 45 minutes away, hour away. So yes, we are up at 4:30, which isn't the greatest. We really like this one. It is our favourite. We normally are able to source quite a few lovely things. So we're going to be seeing if we can find a lot of our usual stuff, but Brad's on a bit of a hunt for things that are also a bit different, so we'll see if we can grab anything different today as well.
to go through with you the things that we picked up today. We haven't been to Marks Tay for a couple of weeks now, couple of months. But it's not quite like most boot sales that we normally go to. It is more like a antique boot sale rather than a standard boot sale. So we generally do quite well when we're there because they are selling the kind of items that we are always looking for. I think I'm just going to work down my table. Let me show you the table. I'm going to We have these salt and pepper pots, very mid-century, very 1950s to 60s. They are in the shape of some orange little pigs, which I thought, well, they look a little sad, pigs, but one of them has the sticker for Ostende. What does that sound? Italian, maybe, on the pigs, but I like the shape, I like the colour. I will always pick up pottery. As we all know, I love things that are handmade, so studio pottery, anything that like turned wood or hand woven wicker baskets or blown glass or oil paintings, anything that involves that kind of hand craftsmanship kind of a process, I like to pick up. Today's two pottery items were from the same person. This one, I think, is actually a brutalist potter, but it doesn't have a signature on there. So sometimes with pottery, studio pottery, it can be a little bit difficult to try and date and decide who the original maker was if there is no signature, but it has a really nice texture to it. The other piece of pottery is just a nice sized serving dish, but the pattern on the side is really nice, and having that extra little detail in the handles. You can kind of see the potter's rings. There's a name for those as well, but I can't remember. But that would look lovely on the side. That would even look lovely as a fruit bowl in the middle of a kitchen table. But yeah, something quite charming about that design on the rim. Next up is a cuckoo clock. We never know if they're working or not, but I suppose that's part of the excitement for Brad. He gets to figure out how to see if he can tinker about with it and fix it. It has its chains, which I'll just let drop there. I'm not sure where that goes actually. Oh, and that one goes at the top there. Oh, I can actually, he has little screws to slot in the weights that go on the bottom. And they are in the shape of pine cones, which is just so lovely. When you've got a clock that is meant to be like a birdhouse with the birds that you pop into the tree, to then have the pine cones as the weights. There's something really lovely about the fact that they've really thought about the design of it. If I move the little bird, it's making this sound like a cuckoo clock of a cuckoo. I don't know whether this is one of those things that I've decided that I'm going to keep, but it's a barber repair kit. I'm thinking of keeping it only because my dad, who owns a barber jacket, which was originally bought for him in the 1970s, has hardly ever been worn, is in the wardrobe, and I thought if there was anything that was going to try and fix the coat, would be an original barber kit. I think the tin in itself is great, and then inside you actually have everything that you need to fix the coat. I just think that's great, and for it to be a vintage one to go with the vintage coat, I think that's, yeah, lovely. But no doubt Brad will get it listed before I get a chance to do anything. One of the things that we really like to pick up is the mid-century items. A lot of the times, mid-century items look very Scandinavian. At the time, the Scandinavians and the Nordics were very busy designing wonderful furniture and home decor items, and I have quite an affinity for it. So it is quite rare to find. It's it's difficult to find, well, for one, because it is very sought after, and there are quite a few mid-century dealers out there who probably wake up a little bit earlier than we do. But when we do find a piece, I do generally gravitate towards it. And today's two pieces, we have this great silver fish plate. There's a wooden fish plate with the metal inside that does pop out, which I'm not even gonna. The lady said it does pop out so you can clean it, but I've just realised that it is a case of it shouldn't pop out, that just the glue's worn out, but we can fix that, no problem at all, and also give it a quick clean. But yeah, what a great thing. Lovely size, really great for display. Yeah, really nice. Simple, light wood, birch wood, light metal colour, simple design, lovely thing. And then along the lines with the mid-century style, I bought the horse painting, but it's not a painting, it's a print. And we also bought a bedside table. We only bought the one bedside table. We don't really normally buy singular because we like to buy bedside tables in pairs, but the shape of it, I will show you here. It is a 1960s G-plan, and it's got a really nice kind of, I can't really see it very well on the camera, but it's got a slight angle to it, and the handles are really lovely as well. Something that we always like to pick up if we see it is light shades, especially these. And the fly catchers are from about the 1930s, 1940s, and they are just a great item. They look so effective. This one is very mucky, but and needs a really good clean. But the shape of it is just beautiful, and it is this kind of green and cream colour. But you can imagine that all cleaned up, hanging up from the ceiling, just looks absolutely stunning. They are definitely something that I would like to have in our hallway when it's done, eventually, in the 5-year plan. But yeah, really nice thing. Always pick them up. Lovely to have a glass Art Deco light shade. This tray was just beautiful. I really like the size of it. I like the shape of it. It has very ornate handles on it. And then what it also has is these engravings within the brass. So it's a brass tray. I'd say it's late Victorian, but a lovely thing to have on the sideboard. If you do hear some music playing, it's just because Brad is testing out his stereos. So we always have to be doing more than one thing at a time in the small studio space that we have. I really love things that have a very folk art appeal to them. There's something quite magical about it. So this paper mache plate, which is, yes, very light, not the biggest plate that I've ever seen, but the characters that have been hand painted in onto the paper mache are just so charming. What you have on there is you have bunnies and deers, and you have the I think you have weasels, and you've got the forest, and you've got men. Oh, I think they're hunting there, but they are just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to see how well I can clean it up, but I think it feels like it's telling a story, so I assume that's what it kind of is trying to do. A really nice thing to have hanging on your wall. We've always been ones to pick up clocks. Again, doesn't matter if they're not working or not. Metamec is a great brand to find, a great brand to have on your wall. They are English. They generally created their clocks in the 1950s and 60s. And this is a great yellow example. At first, we kind of, well, I did, Brad didn't, thought that the yellow was like that yellow staining when the white plastic goes, but no, it is actually a yellow clock. which looks, oh yes, the comparison when you find a white clock that has yellowed to an actual yellow clock. So you can see, yeah, absolutely the difference. You can see the difference in the two. We quite often like to buy, especially in pairs, vintage, antique, Victorian horses and their riders prints. We have had them quite often, the bigger the better. So when I came across this bin that had a horse with its rider on a bin, I thought it was absolutely wonderful. I really like the colour of the bin. I like the lion handles at either side, and then to have the print on the bin, I just think it's great. I think if you are trying to kit out a gentleman's study, a gentleman's office, what a great addition to that space. Yeah, would fit perfectly. I think it's great. Yeah, very different, something I've not seen before. But one thing that I'm not really sure I should even be handling, but they are vintage, they are old, is a set of tarot cards. I know there are rules that go with tarot cards and I don't even know what they are, so I get a bit cautious when I see them, but it's very rare that I see a vintage set. So the cards inside are beautifully illustrated, and if you are someone that likes to do tarot reading, I think, yeah, what a great item to have in your collection. Even the front, the sunshine, is beautifully designed. And then the last thing that we picked up was this set of, what did you call them?
Boot trees.
Pair of boot trees, and they have got a back to them as well. They are hand carved, and they are just absolutely beautiful. Even just for display, you don't need to have them popped in your boots, because that's what the idea is, that you have them in your boots and they stretch them, and or they keep their shape. But
they're for riding boots.
Really fun. Oh, and they are for horse riding boots. Hence all the horse stuff. Yeah, and they are for horse riding boots, but really nice. And then last but not least, items that I wasn't sure I was even going to show you, but Brad is absolutely adamant that I should. And I think purely because of this one. It is a vintage 007 aftershave. I mean, can we smell it? Do you think there's a smell still there? Or I'm going to give it a go. Wow, that smells like a gentleman from the 1970s. That smells like...
Connery all over
that smells like... That smells like Bond. Is that how he would have smelt when he was wooing the ladies? Oh God, fighting the villain. Well, yeah, I'm sure the villains ran. How amazing is that, though? That you can still smell that. That is some very well made aftershave for it to still be that strong. And a couple of talcum powders. They're beautiful things to have on a nightstand. Who's this? And then another aftershave. Menen.
Paris,
And it's called Dry Lime. Oh, it smells like kitchen cleaner. No, it smells like bathroom cleaner. But yeah, it's always fun. We don't try and stick to just one thing. What have you still got there? Yeah, but isn't that a oh, well, that smells musky. That smells like what Crocodile Dundee would have worn. Hang on. Just show that. Oh, that's Marks and Spencer's. That's old Marks and Spencer's. And I think it's meant to smell like... God, I can't believe these smell so strong. Anyway, yeah, it's always fun. It's our absolute favourite part of what we do is going out sourcing. We enjoy being outside, we enjoy the walking, we enjoy the hunting. Just everything about it is an absolute joy. It brings, yes, happiness to my soul. We always try and collect a few different kind of things. We try not to stick to just pottery or just paintings, because then it can, well, like today, I would have just come away with one item. Whether you are buying to resell, whether you are buying to fill your home with beautiful things, it is great to go to these places with a completely open mind. Oh my God, what now? And can we tell this is a Brad buy and not a Marika buy? And so this is called, oh no, I like this one. Oh, is it? So you have to wear the James Bond aftershave to play the Sigma File game, which is an adult spy game of nerve, double bluff, and low cunning. So I thought cunning. I didn't realise that the word cunning needed the word low for it to be really cunning. But what is quite nice about this, it's from, I would say, the 70s, 1970s, is a lot of the times, yes, Brad does pick up board games, but it's the pieces that they use to play the games, and when they are complete inside can be great. So in this one we have the board, and then you've got all the figures that you use to play the game. And if Brad can take that out, and he'll show you. Hang on, I was about to say turn him over, but he's double-faced. So you can see him from every angle. But yeah, they're so good.
He's got to be the evil one, isn't he?
Oh, he is. He looks like the evil mastermind. So you never know, if you're looking through, if you find some vintage games, they're great to have. And what we've actually decided that we're going to do, maybe not this one because this one looks a bit complicated, is that we're going to play, we're not low enough in our cunning, is to play the board games that we find. Because, well, Brad got one the other day that was a tarot one, which I would absolutely not do. No, it wasn't. It was a Ouija one. And I am not going anywhere near anything creepy whatsoever. But yes, what I was trying to say before Brad was doing his little show and tell of his board game was to keep a really open mind when you go shopping and when you are out and about sourcing and thrifting, because you never know what you might stumble across, and you never know that you might see something that suddenly catches your eye and brings you joy, and it might be something that you would never have bought before. Like for me today was the horse bin.